It's a beautiful day. It's quite early, still freezing. It's pretty foggy and mysterious out now. Very cold and crisp, but it's really nice with the sun. I was just watching my neighbor's sheep from over here. They are in the field right next to me. I was filming them because they were walking by so pretty with the fog and the sun behind them, and then I noticed they took a turn around the fence, walked straight to like a frozen, like it's water. It's like very small to divide all the fields. There's water in between them, and it's frozen now. And I saw the first two were looking at it, and then they took a turn and went straight to the other field, which isn't my neighbor's field. It's my next neighbor's field, so 2 or 3 farms that way, and they are not supposed to be there. So I just took the video on my phone and sent it to my neighbor as like, are they supposed to do this? Because you're never too sure, you know. Around here in the countryside, it's very common that you share fields. So one field belongs to one farmer, but that farmer might not use that field, so animals from another farmer are allowed to roam on that field. So that's just how it goes. But I have never seen them before, and I am always looking right at that field. So I was like, is this supposed to be where they are? Also because they were just looking like they were doing something sneaky, you know. I saw them moving quickly and then running away, like a child does when it does something that's not supposed to do, and these sheep were just like that. So I was like, they look like they are doing something illegal that they aren't supposed to do. And she just sent me a text back that they are indeed doing very illegal business because they aren't supposed to be there at all. But they are enjoying their freedom right now, and they will probably get back home pretty soon. But yeah, it was just a funny story that I wanted to share with you guys, because I was enjoying this moment outside when I saw that. And that's something about the countryside that I really love. It's like everybody's looking out for each other, and everybody's looking out for each other's animals, and I just think that feels nice. It feels safe and secure, and it's it's what I'm used to. So for me it feels pretty nice. It's just small things, you know, just sending a text whenever you think something is not right, like this, just to check in if everything is going all right. But yeah, they will get their sheep back soon. They are very close by still, it's just the next field. But now they know, because their farm is completely on the other side, so they don't really have a view of this area, but we do. So yeah, it's just nice to help each other out, I guess. But I actually wanted to talk with you guys about what we're going to do this video, because I feel like I'm pretty much back to full health, you know. I feel pretty strong again, and I want to do something. So I have a few projects in mind for today, which one of them is what we're going to start out with, of course. But because it's so sunny and it's such a nice day, I think I want to make a start by with all the firewood, all those logs right next to my cottage. It's a large job, and I just want to start and see how it goes, because I haven't used a chainsaw since my surgery. so I'm not too sure how it feels and the movements and if I'm strong enough, but we will figure that out very quickly. I want to prepare for that, you know, prepare the area, get all the equipment, put the locks in the place where it's easy to grab them. And I might leave it at that, so I might start preparing and then we'll see how it goes. I can always grab the saw later. I want to do... I have in mind that for before springtime, so before everything gets green again, I want to improve the chicken coop. So they have quite a nice area right now, and the chickens are allowed to roam the property freely. So they have a coop, but they are also able to get out and they get in at nighttime again. But I want to make the coop itself a bit larger. We have a large area behind the horse shelter that is almost attached to the chicken coop, but it's just a mess. It's overgrown with weeds and there's all sorts of old stuff there. You know, one of those piles you have when you live on a big property where you just collect things you are probably never going to use again, but they are just there laying around. So we have one of those piles right behind the horse shelter, and I think if I am able to clear that out, it will be a nice area for a chicken coop extension. And then maybe in springtime I also want to grow new chicks, incubate eggs like we did last year, just to make a bigger chicken flock, I guess. This was just to try it out, how many we want, how it's going, how they're doing, how they are using the area and how much ground they really need. And I think we can make the coop a little bit bigger, and even without making the coop bigger, I think we can, grow our chicken flock a little bit with some more chickens. So that's what I want to do this springtime, and in preparation for that I want to improve the coop and also their inside enclosure, which I'm not all going to do today. Well, the sun is gone now and it's getting colder already, so we definitely need to start get moving because it's too cold to sit still. But yeah, I want to start with preparing for processing all those logs into firewood, which is a very big job and will take me whole winter, probably whole springtime, maybe even summer. But it's just something you have to start and then you'll see how far you'll get. And I want to clear the area around my cottage. I want to clean up. There's no snow covering the ground now. And I think during the day with the sun out, it might get above freezing. So it's a little bit better to clean, but it's just a mess there because we've had so many storms. It's been, at the beginning of the year, storm after storm after storm. I think in 1 week, at the first week of January, we had 3 big storms. And it just gets messy, stuff gets blown everywhere. It doesn't look nice, so there is all sorts of mess around my cottage. I want to clean that up. I can do it now because there's no snow or ice whatsoever. So that's something I also want to do today. And we'll get started with those 2 things, and then maybe later I will start clearing out that chicken coop area I was talking about. We'll have to see. First firewood and then clean up. That's what we're going to do today. So and probably some other side quests, things always happen. But this video will be more of a day in the life video, or it's probably going to be a week in the life. I'm not going to film everything today, it's just too big of a job to do. But a week in my cottage, countryside life, homestead life, however you want to call it. But quite a regular week in my life. We'll see what's going to happen because things always happen, but hey, that keeps it interesting. So let's get started because I'm freezing my butt off here. The sun is gone. I was just talking to you guys and it was so beautiful, and then now the sun is gone and it is pretty dark because of all the fog around, but it's still quite beautiful. It is quite chilly, quite calm, and in the sun it felt really nice, but now it's a bit chilly, so I'm going to put some warm clothes on to use the chainsaw, work on the firewood and the rest of the day, because it is really needed. There are some chickens around me. Always when I'm talking they like to hang around. But before I'm going to prepare myself for the day, I'm actually preparing myself mentally as well, by using this small bottle here. I've talked about this bottle in my previous videos, the video of last week and the week before, because this January I'm really focusing on my mental wealth, and this product, Magic Mind, really helps me with that. It's just a small bottle and it's full of very good ingredients that really help me. I will put it here, I will drink it later when I'm done talking to you guys, but it really helps me to get that clean focus. I can really use that during the day, especially on days like these. It's cold, I have a few large projects ahead. I need to do some pretty hard physical labor as well. Using the chainsaw, preparing firewood is always a big task, and it helps to just have a little bit of an extra. And I talked about it that this January I'm going to focus on building my mental wealth for this year, and yeah, Magic Mind really plays a part in it. It's just a small part, of course, but it really helps me, and I'm a big fan of the product. And especially because it's such a small bottle. I just put it in my pocket, I walk around, film some things for you guys, enjoy the beautiful view. Then I'm just going to prepare myself, put warm clothes on, make myself ready for the day, and this is just a part of that. And it's a big part of my morning routine, and it just helps me getting that focus without losing sleep. Right now they have a very special offer. You can still use my link. It gives you 45% off their... I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the rooster is right under my tripod. Sorry for the distraction. You can use my link to get 45% off the bundle, and that's a great offer. It gives you the mental performance and the sleep shot, and it just, yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Very good ingredients, gives you that clean focus. When I was a bit younger, I sometimes used to drink like energy drinks or a lot of coffee, and I always got that bit of crash feeling, jittery, anxious, not really relaxed, and I don't have that feeling with Magic Mind. So the sleep, it really helps me get that, just a very good night of sleep. Wake up full of energy in the morning, you drink this shot and you're good to go. Even with large projects, when it's winter time and it's cold and you don't really want to do it, Magic Mind really helps get me through the day. So we'll drink it right now. The rooster is watching me. You like to try some Magic Mind, friend? And I just drink it like this. You can mix it, drink it with ice, but I just stick it in my pocket and drink it. That's the most easy thing for me to do. Hey buddy? Maybe you guys can hear him talking. Do you like Magic Mind, friend? I don't think he is interested, but you guys might be. If you want to try it out, click my link. I'm a big fan, so yeah. I definitely recommend if you're looking for something like this. Such a beautiful day. I'm really enjoying this after weeks of not being able to do much because I needed rest after the surgery. This is really nice. Fresh air. It feels crisp and cold, but very, very nice. I'm really enjoying myself. And it's going all right. I can feel a little bit of tension in the muscles, but not too bad. I'm actually pretty happy with how it goes. So this is definitely something that's a very big job to do, and it feels good to finally start, you know. Hey Bound. Hey meisje. Still have a very, very long way to go, and it's quite hard work as well, but I love doing this, so I don't really mind, especially on days like this with this weather. Yeah, it's amazing. So today, something a little bit different. It's very, very foggy outdoors. It's not a really nice day today. Not like yesterday where I was outside working on the firewood and it was such a beautiful day. But today it's very, very misty, foggy. In Dutch we call it mist. And we are going to have this for this thick fog, you know, there's no sun at all and you can see maybe 30-40 meters and then it's completely white. It is beautiful in a way, but it feels very cold, and when you go outside your clothes get a little bit wet and you don't really have any daylight at all. So we are going to have this for a couple of days. So we are going to do something different today, something indoor. Which I also really like, so it's fine, because I got this aquarium as a gift from my dad. They had this one in his garage for quite a long time, so he gifted it to me, and I've had aquariums for a large part of my life. I had a very big one until fairly recently. I think since 2 years ago I removed it from my house because I didn't want it anymore. I wanted a couch, which it didn't fit in the tiny home here because it's just a small space. So this one fits perfectly here on the counter. This area I don't really use at all. It's a very nice spot. You can see it from all sorts of areas from the home. And this is a nice small size, not too big. I can just put it here. And I am going to fill it today, put some plants. I've ordered some things online, which are all here. So I do have some experience with fish, and I'm actually not going to keep any fish in here. It's quite small. I think it's around 40 liters. I don't know how many gallons it is, but you can see the size of it. It's big enough for some very small fish, and it's big enough for shrimp. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything big. Nothing too crazy. I've had a very big aquarium before, but that's just not something I want to do anymore because of the space here, and I need the space for other things. So I'm going to put this one here. I've put some soil, some sand on the bottom already, which I also ordered. And we are going to fill it with water and fill it with these plants. Put a filter in. Make sure it's nice and a good temperature. Then it's going to stay like that for a couple of weeks, because you cannot put shrimp or fish in right away. It needs some time to for the water to get ready, to get healthy, and then you can add some animals in there. So it's going to be a little bit of a long project, but we are going to start it today. It's something different from what I normally do, but yeah, it's something I really like. And aquariums, fish, all aquatic animals. You guys know I like the underwater world. If you've seen my Egypt video, I will put it somewhere here, or you can just go and search for it. I've been to Egypt a few weeks ago, and we did some snorkeling. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go diving, but I do have my scuba license, and I would like to go again one day. But I love the underwater world, and aquariums are just a very small part you can bring inside your home. And if you do it right, I think it's also okay for the animals. You do see a lot of aquariums that are way too small for the animals in there, like goldfish. I'm not a big fan of that, but if you do it right and you create something very nice for a small animal, I think it can be an amazing hobby. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to share this part with you guys also, because I'm not able to do a lot outdoors today because it's so dark and foggy. But yeah, it has to do with animals and nature in a way, so something else, I guess.
Try to stay sail. White rocky island, you and I on the trail, just us and the waves. No need to behave in the harbor of tangerine tears, t-shirts laid out like our grief throughout the year.
So with buying these plants, it's all different species. I made sure they are nice for shrimp, because shrimp, when they have babies, they like for them to have places to hang out and feel safe and hide a little bit. So I made sure they all look very pretty, just for me to look at, but also for the animals that are going to live there. I want it to be as nice and natural as possible. So this one, you can see it is on a small stone, which shrimp really love. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it all in there, because these plants have been in the mail, and of course they are aquatic plants, so they like to be underwater, and they are packaged very well, but it's better for them to be in the water as quickly as possible. I am going to put a heater in here, so the water temperature stays pretty much the same, because of course here it gets pretty cold during the night, and these are tropical plants and shrimp are tropical. So if I'm going to put shrimp and fish in here, I want them to be nice and comfortable. So it's going to have a heater in here, which will probably keep it around 23, 24, depending on what species of shrimp I'm going to put in there, degrees Celsius, which is nice, especially for the night and those colder days. And these plants also prefer that warmer temperature. Right now in here, it's probably 18 degrees. The water I'm putting in here is just regular water from just a hose, you know, it's just normal water. And it's cold right now because the ground is very cold. So the water coming out of here, it's pretty cold. So that's why I'm adding some warm, because I'm going to put the heater in here later. I already have it, but I just need to grab it from over there, because my post gets delivered at the road and not here, so I just need to grab it, and I'm going to put it in here. And to make sure it doesn't need to work as hard, this water, if it's a bit warmer, it's nicer, so it's going to keep it at that level, at that temperature, but it doesn't need to heat it all the way from cold water to warm water. And I'm going to put the plants in right away. So this is one, it's on a stone. Shrimp really love that. And for now I'm just going to put them in here. I am going to move it around a lot, of course, because I do really want to make a beautiful aquascape, like a really pretty landscape in here, which is nice for the animals that are going to live there and pretty to look at. But right now everything needs to settle a little bit, so I'm just going to put it in there, and then later we are going to move it around to make it look pretty. You can also see that this going in the mail, it's always a bit damaging to those plants, but I'm going to put it in there. This is a plant on a coconut, and in here it has multiple holes where shrimp and fish can go in to hide out, and they feel safe that way. It feels very natural for them, so that's what I like to see. And as I was saying, guys, it will take a few weeks for this to be ready for animals. So until that time, it's just for us to look at, and need a little bit of patience before it's ready, but that's alright. This one is really beautiful. So for today, this is all we can do. Now we need to wait, have patience. In here are some stones, which I'm going to add tomorrow. But first I want all this to settle a little bit. So I want the plants to be nice and healthy. I'm going to fill this up today nice and slowly. I'm going to add in a filter system and the heater. So this is nice and stable. And then tomorrow we will see how the plants are doing. We are probably going to move them a bit around, add these stones, make it look pretty, and then we are just going to leave it for a couple of weeks before we add animals in here. And like I said, it's just going to be some very, very, very small fish that can do great in an aquarium like this, and mainly shrimp. That's the main thing, because they don't really need a lot of space. They don't even like too much space because they don't feel safe. And it's going also to be a very small species. So very small animals in here, but I think that's better because they can enjoy the environment in here and you can make it pretty natural for them. So they are going to thrive in here. So that's what we're looking for. Something that looks very beautiful on the counter here. And it's nice for the animals that need to live in there, because that's the most important thing after all. So yeah, we'll see how it's doing tomorrow, and then we are going to make it look a bit more beautiful than it is now. And also this, of course, it's still a bit dirty. I tried to clean it as good as I could, but when the water level's up to here and it stays there for a few days, I'm probably able to just wipe it and it's clean. So it doesn't look too pretty now, but I promise it's going to be. Hello guys, it is now the next day. It's a very, very cold day, so I'm wearing double pants and a sweater and I'm indoors. The fire is raging here, but it's just so cold that it takes a bit of time before it warms up. Especially because I don't like to get up in the middle of the night, so if it's not extremely cold, I let the fire die during the night because I don't want to get up to put wood on there. So in the morning it's really, really cold here. Sometimes it's even around freezing point, which if it gets below freezing during the night inside, I need to get up to make a fire because it's not good for my water pipes and all those things. And also with this aquarium, that's why I have a very, very strong heater in there. I put everything in yesterday after I was done putting the plants in. I filled it up. It will go to here, but I'm still working in here, so the water level is not to the edge. But I put a very good heater in here, very strong, because during the night it needs to heat this water, yeah, quite good. So that's why it's a very strong one. And it worked out great because I checked this morning and it was still around 23, 24 degrees Celsius, the water in here. And that's perfect, especially since it's been such a cold night. And it can get a few degrees colder than it is right now, but this was really cold, so it managed to hold up pretty good. So I'm very happy with that. And over the next few weeks I will be able to see how this is doing before I add animals. So make sure everything is perfect for them. And as you guys can see now, it looks a bit cloudy. Yesterday the water was very much more clear, and that's because now all the bacteria are starting to grow, because I put plants in here, so organic material. I have the substrate here, sand on the bottom. Everything gets a bit cloudy now. The filter is working, so this is why you don't want to add fish or shrimp right away, because this bacteria need the chance to grow, so the water levels get stable. Bacteria are actually good in an aquarium, but you need the good and the bad to level out in a way. So after a few weeks, that's when it's stable and you are able to add some living things besides plants. So yeah, I actually got another package with some floating plants for on the water level, which I am going to add now, just so it's ready. You can see here this piece of wood is still floating. This needs a little bit of time to soak up all the water and then sink to the bottom. So it definitely needs work, but we are getting somewhere. So I will add stones and the floating plants in a minute, and then we are going to go outside for the rest of the day, because although it is still very cold and very foggy, there are some things I want to do outside and I want to show you guys. So we are going to start with this. I'm going to warm up a bit, and then when I'm physically and mentally ready, we are going outside. So I put some warm clothing on because it is so cold today. But we are outside, and it's dry, it's nice, it's cold, but it's still nice to be outdoors. But we need to be here as well because of this. This is the birdhouse I put up here. I don't know how long ago, but some time ago. And I know somebody has been living in here because I can see some bird poo on the edges here. But what I also know is that the cats are playing with it. So I put it here, I thought it was a nice spot. But I've seen the cats jumping on here. One time it fell on the floor here, on the ground. The cats can jump on this fence, they can jump on here, on the edge of my porch, and then jump on top of here, because they also know somebody is living there. And yeah, they like to play with it. And I don't think that's such a good idea. And also I don't want it to fall on the ground because I don't know who's living there, but I want them to have a nice home here. So we are going to fix this. I didn't really want to do it. I wanted to leave it here because I don't want to disturb the bird that's in there. I don't really know that much about birds, so I don't know what they're doing during the day and if somebody is in here right now. But the cats are playing with it every day, and that's something I definitely don't want because it keeps falling on the ground. So we need to do something about it anyway. So I wish I would be able to not disturb this bird. I don't know if anybody's home right now, but I need to fix it before it breaks apart and I cannot use it anymore. And then this bird will not have a home. So we are going to grab some tools, screw it in. I think I'm going to put it a bit higher so the cats are not able to reach it that easily. Of course they can climb this tree as well, so they can still reach it. But I make sure I'm going to attach it a bit higher to the tree and also screw it in properly, so it's not that easy to let it fall from the tree on the ground and the cats can reach there. So we'll see what we can do. I'll try my best to secure it as good as possible, but we are going to do it quickly because it's cold. So I'm going to grab some tools and let's get started. Don't know what's up with the chicken. I checked on her when I walked over there to grab my gloves because I have no feeling in my hands, it's way too cold. But I don't like doing things with tools with gloves on because it's just the feeling is a bit different. But yeah, she seems very upset about something. And I don't see a reason why. Sometimes they do this when they are scared of, you know, a hawk or a predator or anything. But I guess she just wanted to talk to me, which is fine. I'm securing it as well as I can, so I'm putting some extra screws to the side so it is not moving in the wind like this. And I think that's the best we can do for now. It's pretty secure now, couldn't move it at all. Because of the falling down I tried to screw in the bottom part a bit more, but the material isn't great, so the wood is not easy to screw into. It breaks easily and it feels secure enough. So I think this will last another season, another year probably. But then I will definitely need to put up something else. But this is a free one we got from the Animal Protection Services in the Netherlands. I don't really know why, but we got this one for free to hang somewhere in the garden. So I think this is a good spot because one of the birds, he or she, isn't home right now, luckily. I didn't feel anything when moving it around, and for sure they would have noticed what I did here. Hopefully they don't mind me putting it up a bit higher. They are way safer here now, so yeah, it feels very secure even with storms and wind blowing. This is not going anywhere, and right now even a cat could jump on top of it and it wouldn't fall down, so they have a very hard time getting the bird from inside to outside. So this is way better, and hopefully a bird will raise a family here in springtime, which right now feels so far away because it's so cold. But yeah, I cannot wait for spring. I love every season, I've talked about it before. I think we appreciate Did you guys see that? The bird flying by? It was a bird of prey, I don't know which one. Maybe that was why the chicken was screaming. Maybe she saw it before I did. That's crazy, it just flew by. I think it was like 2 meters from my face. Don't know if you guys could see it, I don't know if it was in frame, but pretty cool. So yeah, what was I talking about? I appreciate all the seasons because I think without the seasons changing that much I wouldn't appreciate the next one. So I appreciate spring more because you just came from winter, and I appreciate summer because of winter and autumn and spring. So I think you need change, and that makes you appreciate the things even more. So that's why I love all the seasons. I love summertime. I do very well when it's warmer outside, but I also manage quite well in the cold, especially when I'm doing things. So I really like all the seasons, but yeah, I'm ready for spring already. We have still a few months of winter to go, and I love winter as well, but it's always a bit harder. I think winter and maybe autumn, because of all the storms we get here, are the most challenging if you live in a cottage on the countryside. Just because of the elements of nature, how cold it is and all those kind of things. It takes a bit more time, you know. I'm just using a wood stove to heat my cottage, so just managing to warm it up and things like that, it just takes a bit more time and effort. But I also really love doing it, and yeah, it makes you appreciate sitting by a warm fire even more if you just needed to prepare firewood and everything. So I think that's the same with this changing of the seasons. I appreciate the next season more because of the season before. So yeah, this will last me a year, and then we are going to put up something else. I think we'll see how it goes, but I do think it's a nice spot, and hopefully in the springtime we will see a family here. But for now we are going to go inside again. I do want to do some more things outdoors today, but still need to warm up a bit, and then we'll see what we can do. So, you guys wanted the puppy update, so I took her outside real quick. And some of you guys might remember I built this because I want to keep guinea pigs in here, but it was getting too cold already, and I want to do it when it's a bit warmer. And now this is perfect because she is still so small, she can go through all the fences. So she's not safe in the garden area because she can escape everywhere, which I don't want because she is way too small to walk around on the whole property, especially with all the animals we have. It's just too dangerous for her. But here she is not able to jump over this small enclosure wall, so she can walk here and we can play here. And of course we also let her go outside in the garden, but I'm not as quick as I was before I had surgery, so this is perfect for her to play and walk around a bit. So it's very handy that we don't have any guinea pigs yet, but yeah, she's doing fine. She's very playful, she's growing quickly, but she's still too small, so she can still fit through the fence. Hopefully she will go so quickly that that's not an option anymore, and she can just walk in the whole garden. But yeah, she's doing good. She's feeling cold now, so I'm going to take her inside again, but just wanted to show her to you guys real quick because she's so cute. So that will be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a bit of a longer one again, and some talking, but yeah, I think we had some beautiful views this week. Quite nice weather, very foggy, very mysterious with all the sunsets and the sunrises, but I enjoyed it. And I looked at the weather forecast. It's gonna be raining and raining and raining again next week, so we'll see what we're going to do then. But before you guys leave, I just wanted to remind you real quick about that amazing Magic Mind offer right now, 45% off their bundle. So yeah, if you're interested, click the link in the description and check them out. It truly is an amazing offer, so this is the right time to check it out if you guys are thinking about it. So I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next week.